Hello and welcome back to another video. This weekend we're back on the mountain bikes with all our bike packing gear and we're doing the West Kernow Way, which is another of Cycling UK's designed routes around the west of Cornwall, mostly off-road, so we're on the mountain bikes and we're taking around 3 days to do it, which should be enough time, but it's a bit more technical than King Alfred's Way, so we'll see. And yeah, it's supposed to be a bit mixed weather as well, with sort of sun, rain, mist, fog and everything else, so yeah, should be an interesting weekend. The official route is shaped in a figure of 8, around 230 kilometres long, and it starts in Penzance. We, however, join the route in Redruth, beginning by heading to the coast before going inland to St Michael's Mount and Penzance. The route continues to follow the coast, passing Porth Kernow, Land's End and St Just. It then begins to loop back on itself, heading south past Porth Leven and to the Lizard. The final stretch for us heads north, going back inland before finishing in Redruth. After only a short ride from Redruth, we soon arrived in the first coastal village of the trip, not being able to resist a traditional Cornish pasty for lunch. As expected, the rain soon came, making the already wet trails even more muddy and slippery. If you plan to ride the West Kernow Way, be prepared to get your feet wet, as there are several streams and large unavoidable puddles you have to ride through. Go on, Adam. Nice, nice. Nice one.
That actually went quite well.
Made it across. Saved by the bridge. Okay. Don't know if I'm brave enough. Whew, made it. Bike's looking fairly dirty. First splat of the trip. Sun's come out! The sea! Just arrived at St Michael's Mount and unfortunately it's high tide, so we can't get across, but yeah, it's a great view of the island from here. And Adam's down there cleaning his shoes. Hope he doesn't fall in. Just arrived in Penzance, which is it's actually the official start of the West Kernow Way. After passing through Penzance, the route continued on small country lanes, with some steep hills to climb and roads to descend. So just gone around 7 o'clock and it's been quite sunny the last few hours it's been really nice, but the sun's probably going to set in about 30 minutes or so, so we've just headed towards the coast a bit more, yeah, and find somewhere to wild camp down here. What a view! Morning, back on the bikes now. We found a really nice spot to bivvy for the night, overlooking the sea. It's nice and sunny now, but it did rain a few times during the night, and yeah, the bivvies didn't cope too well, so we'll have to dry them out later. But yeah, it was a stunning spot. Had a really nice morning, seeing the sun coming up, and then just made our way back onto the West Kernow Way. We popped down into West Kernow, which was quite nearby our bivvy spot, and met some other people walking the southwest coastal path, and then met someone who's staying there, and he kindly offered to fill up all our water bottles, which was quite handy. So yeah, back on the path now and got plenty of water for the rest of the day. Land's End was next on the route, being the most westerly point of England. It's often busy, but luckily for us, it was quiet on the Sunday morning. We're just past Cape Cornwall, which until the Ordnance Survey started around 200 years ago, it was believed that that was the most westerly point of England, which obviously now they've realised that Land's End is just a little bit further west. So, but yeah, it's a lot quieter than Land's End. We've just passed lots of tin mines. Seems to be tin mine central here. And then the route heads inland a bit now, which we've heard is a bit boggy, so yeah, hopefully it won't be too bad. Fingers crossed. Boggy. Oh, it's a bit tough going now. This is the Tinner's Way, which is a section of the route which isn't actually a public right of way, but I think it's a... That's why you shouldn't film and cycle. Yeah, so it isn't actually a public right of way, but it's a traditional route, so they put it in the route anyway. But yeah, it's a little bit boggy, as you can see. Mud, and more mud. We did actually go off the route for a few sections back then, just because it was getting way too muddy, and because it rained last night and it was rained earlier in the week as well. There's this one bridleway that was just, yeah, deep mud, and our bikes were just getting clogged up, and yeah, issues with brakes, so decided to go on a few smaller roads instead. So yeah, watch out for the mud.
After passing through the touristy town of Portleven, the route crossed Low Bar Beach, allowing us to wash all the mud off our legs. With the steep and slippery bank to the sea and strong waves, it's understandable why there are so many signs warning people not to swim.
Definitely full sun now. It's lovely being in Cornwall though when the sun's out. Lots of beaches. Yeah, lovely. You just got told off for cycling on a footpath apparently. It's a small section of the route towards Bridleways airfield, which for about 200 metres the route is actually a footpath, not a bridleway. Yeah, luckily after speaking to him for a bit, he was alright with us cycling along it. But yeah, definitely wasn't happy that the route went through the land there. Plus there were some quite big stone stiles, which are a bit of a pain to lug your bike over, but made it in the end. So we passed Land's End earlier, which is the most westerly point of England, and now I'm just arriving at the Lizard, which is the most southerly point of Britain. So, 2 ticked off the list.
With our legs starting to feel the toll of all the rough terrain and the sun about to set, we found a field to sleep in before cooking a pasta and setting up camp.
Just a dream, just all in my head.
Morning, just left the bivvy spot. It wasn't quite as glamorous as it was the first night, next to the coast, just in the field, under some trees. But yeah, it was a really clear night, so lots of stargazing. And yeah, just a beautiful morning today. We've only got about 30 miles left to Redruth, so, and it's only just gone 6:30, so yeah, probably won't take too long to get back. But yeah, just enjoying the sun and the scenery as much as we can.
Time is a healer, just you wait and see. The problem.
The last few miles I've been doing constantly just non-stop up and down. You go up a hill, down it, cross the stream, and back up straight away again. It's hard on the legs. It has mostly been on small country lanes though, so it's a bit easier than gravel or mud. But yeah, now we've finished with the small little hills. And there's only about 10 miles left to Redruth. So yeah, we'll be finished quite early today. It's a lovely day. So just on the final stretch back into Redruth on this little path. Yeah, it's definitely been a bit more technical and off the sort of main sort of gravel tracks compared to the King Alfred's Way, which I did a couple of weeks ago. It's definitely muddier as well. On the King Alfred's Way, I took a mountain bike and it was useful, but it wasn't essential. Whereas on this, especially when it's wet, I think you'd struggle with the gravel bike unless it had quite wide tyres on. And there's definitely more navigation and map reading you have to do on the West Kernow Way, just because it isn't signposted and lots of it's on unknown or unused bridleways. So you have to sort of keep an eye on the map a bit more, which is fine. But yeah, definitely lots of nice scenery. Yeah, lots of lovely beaches, lots of hills. But yeah, definitely recommend it.
After the early start and only a short distance to cover, we arrived back into Redruth around 11 o'clock in the morning. I know people tend to have lots of questions about the West Kernow Way, so let me know if you have any questions about the route in the comments below. The end of another cracking adventure.